What's up, brothers and sisters? We finna touch on a big crafty counsel topic. The devil has deceived the whole world, and when you really think about that, you realize, damn, the whole world deceived by the devil. Well, when I heard that, I realized, well, damn, let me see which way the world going. So, I started looking at the world differently, and damn, because when you read that, the devil deceived the whole world, you're like, well, God damn, the whole world deceived. Well, damn, the world. Then you read other verses like, this world has been handed over to Satan. Damn, Satan run the world? God damn, well, let me see what everybody, let me start refocus on things and retracking myself of what's going on in this world. And when you retract yourself, you're like, well, why do I do this? Now, I'm only talking to the real people who really embrace change, who really like to stand for something. But you ask yourself, why I do this? I don't know if you ever asked yourself that, but try it one time. Why I'm living this way? So you get to think about why you're living this way. Oh, well, damn, why do I like material things? Because they don't matter, they flush. Flood showed you that. You could pay $1 million for your house. This person right here paid $20,000 for his house. When the water came, did the same amount of damage. So however much you paid for it when this flood came, it didn't even matter. Because they both was damaged the same way. And once you look at things like this, so who has us in this mind frame? Is it God that has us in his mind frame? Or is it Satan that has us in his mind frame? So when you begin to ask yourself this little question like that and analyze yourself in every possible way of who has you doing these things, you'll come to realize that the devil got you on his strings. He got the world on his strings. And that's why I say the devil had to see the whole world. So if you read verse like this, out of all this, everything you read in this book, you read that the devil had to see the whole world. So you find, questions to ask yourself, how did the devil deceive the whole world? Well, this book also tell you with his crafty counsel. Crafty counsel. All right. Crafty counsel means skilled counsel. That means I know the truth, but I'm going to counsel you and give you a lie because I don't want you to know the truth. And that's what Satan kind of did. He counseled us. He knew the truth, but he also knew he wanted to trick us. So he counseled us in a way we thought we was hearing the truth, but we actually was living a lie. And that's what this world is living a lie. It's living a false dream. And to get off the side of that, we don't even connect the time events in the Bible with slavery when all this Bible talk about God people going through slavery. Just to stay on the topic and touch what I really want to touch on, Jeremiah chapter 29 is actually a letter that was given to the slaves who was brought over here. This letter was actually brought to America. But we don't put this timeline together because we on Satan watch. We're not on our Father's watch. We're not on our 7-day creation timeline that the Father put us on. We're on Satan time, where you got AD, you got BC, you got before Christ, you got after Christ. All that is Satan timeline, because all that's dealing with his crafty counsel. And that's what Daniel, if you go to Daniel chapter 7, remember what verse that was, but Daniel tells us that he was going to come to change that 7 and 20. 7:25. It say, he will speak against the Most High and oppress his saints, and try to change the set times and the laws. So it's telling you Satan would try to change the set time, which means he has tried. He has infiltrated AC, BC. He has put numbers on top of numbers to make it look like it's been so long. But it has not been that long. You know, we have not been on this earth no million years. I'm just giving you a quick rundown on how time should be. You got 7 days of creation, which is a story of how Moses was taught. So Moses was taught about the secrets of time, which was the true times. They tell you that in Esdras, 2nd Esdras chapter 14, how Moses was taught all the secrets and wonders. That's what he was up there on the mountain learning. He was learning God's work. Like I told you, in Job, they tell you this word has been handed over to the wicked. And the devil had to see the whole world. So we on his timeline. So in order to get on God timeline, you have to go to God. You know, you gotta knock. You gotta search the knowledge to get on God's timeline. And when you get on God's timeline, you're on the 7-day creation. Moses understood God's timeline, so that's why he was able to tell you about the creation. How God created. And on the 6th day, God created man, which was the 6,000 year. Or the creation of the world. That's why every day is 1,000 years according to the heavenly creator, not according to Satan. So each day with him is 1,000 years. So when Moses told you his creation, Moses told you 1,000 years as 1 day according to how the Father would teach you. So those are Moses' teachings. But if you turn to Jeremiah, I tell you how the people who dealt with the law didn't know the Father. So when they was writing, their pen was lying the whole time because their hearts wasn't right. And you'll know we only in the 6,000 year. The Father will rest on the 7th day, the true Sabbath day, that the Son of Man is Lord over. That's what the man in the New Testament y'all call Jesus, which is Joshua, tell us that the Son of Man is Lord of Sabbath. That the Father is going to come give Israel rest from this evil world that the devil has took control of. We cannot rest on a Saturday. That's crazy. Some people got to go to work. Some people got bills don't stop. And like the Lord is not the author of confusion, so He's not gonna have you resting on the day that He ordained, and not gonna have it where you can rest. That's not the other Father. That's of Satan. So I told you, if you keeping the Sabbath day on a Saturday, that's Satan's timeline. The Sabbath day is finna come down here on earth. That's why He say keep it holy. We supposed to be trying to be holy. You know, we're supposed to be holy people. So this is the Sabbath day that's finna come. Son of Man is Lord of that Sabbath day that's finna come. And the Father is going to give us rest. Rest from this evil world. That's a strife to us. That's what Esdras tells us. This world is a strife to us. So time is a very big thing because it's dealing with the crafty counsel that Satan has put on us. Because I'm going to give you an example. You turn to Jeremiah 29. I know men ain't going to agree with this, but just know the Son of Man was going to be rejected. It say the head is Jeremiah 29, the letter to the exiles. Now Jeremiah sent this after the temple was destroyed, after the temple was burned, after God was tired of us and sent us to Babylon, which is here. It's an exile again. It's a slavery again. We became bywords. This is what people need to read, chapter 29. I'm not gonna read it because, you know, it'll take the video. It'll get the video boring. You know how people like to turn away. I like to just. I would like to break it down one time, but maybe in the future. But if you read chapter 29 and 30 and understand, this is a letter that was brought to America by the prophet Jeremiah, or the people he wrote it to bring it here. So Jeremiah, it hasn't been that long like we think, because it's not Satan's timeline, it's God's timeline. And if we get off Satan's timeline, we get off this million years theory, and we get in tune with the Father, He can reveal these things to you and realize His judgment has not been that long. And His judgment is coming. and it's coming to displace Babylon. But I want to go in the Apocrypha. I want to read a couple chapters out of Esdras, the Apocrypha. I want to read a couple of things out of Esdras, chapter 16, and realize what we should be preparing ourselves. You know, Esdras tells us a lot of key things in this chapter. You know, with the things he foresaw, with the visions he foresaw. And it first started off by saying, woe be unto Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair, and bewail your children. That means let your children know sorrow is finna be coming. This flood is not respecting kids, so we should be letting them know that the Father is about to tear up this earth. He's about to tear up this world for the wickedness. It say, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Who gonna stop them wars? Nobody, because they're sent by God. So these plagues that the Father sent into America, they would not stop. You seen them last year. You see them this year. You're going to keep seeing them until His word is fulfilled. It say, may any man drive a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot by a strong archer? So they're just telling you, when God send these plagues, can't nobody stop him. Can't nobody stop him. I'm going to go a little further down. I'm going to go to verse 17. This 16, 17. Esdras say, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows are great. The beginning of sorrows and great mourns. The beginning of famine, of great death. The beginning of wars. The powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? Behold, famine, plagues, tribulation, astonishment are sent as scorchers for amendment. But for all of these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scorchers. So the Father he already foretold. Even after the flood they had, now Houston flooded in the last year 4 times, 3 times. I'm not really keeping count, because I know what the Father going to do to the world. I'm rejoicing at His destruction. So, Houston flooded, but nobody's paying attention to these scorches. So this telling you, people ain't going to even change, still ain't going to change. After the Father sent all these scorches on the earth for to wake you up, to let you know the time is near. Behold, victories will be good and cheap upon the earth. They that think themselves to be in good case, not even shall the evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell on earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. I'm going to skip a little down, y'all. This is a long chapter. I'm going to go to 32, 16. They say the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields therefore shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therefore. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bride and grooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Now I want y'all to also, this also speaking of the world, not just America. This speaking of things that's going to happen around the world. A lot of these things in other countries have happened. A lot of men have died. A lot of families have died. You know, stuff going on, CNN not showing you. They're not showing you the prophecies of God. I just did a video on that. Pay attention to God's signs and not the devil's signs. The revolution won't be televised. It say 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord. Receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. I just told you, it's the devil cracked the counsel in his spirits. That's CNN. In the day's time, CNN is like listening to the other gods. Behold, the plagues draw high and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth pains, compares her womb, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not at a moment. So the Father, these are little small plagues that the Father sending for a wake-up call. When the real plagues come, they're not going to slack. Like a woman, when she about to have a baby in 9 months, and she about to have birth pains, that baby not going to stop. It's coming forth. The pains ain't going to stop, because it's time. This is what time we in. We're in the birth of a nation. The birth of a new nation. And the birth of a new nation is going to be a lot of pain. So we going through this pain, through these floods, so we could be new. So we could be reapproved. Natural disasters bring us closer. And these natural disasters in America are going to bring us closer as a group of people, so we could realize that this is not our land. And this land will be destroyed for us to go back home. "39. Even so shall not these passages slack until come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." 40. Hear this verse clearly. "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils even be as pyramids upon the earth." So the Father telling us be as pyramids. That means when this water comes, you might as well stay somewhere else, because it's not your land. That's why if you read Jeremiah chapter 29 and 30, you would understand this video more clearly. You will understand where I'm coming from. What the Lord told us to do in this captivity land. Be at peace. Learn righteousness. Accept your punishment and wait on me. And endure to the end. So in these times, it's time for us to be like pyramids. 41. That's why he say, "He that selleth, let him be as he that flee away. And he that buy as one that will lose." So he let you know, you sell something, so what? Everything you see finna be destroyed here in America. This finna be a land for the animals to run around and play and live in happiness without man. "He that occupy merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that should not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he shall not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers." I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to 67. It say, "Behold, God himself is judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall God lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. For before the burning wrath of the great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away a certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had the discouragement, and in a reapproach, and trodden underfoot. For therefore shall there be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So it let you know, in every city, upon every state, there will be people. There will be discrediting the politics, the government, the rulers. That's what's going on today. That's been going on for about the last 3 years, maybe longer. In all the cities, you will hear this great confusion. "And they shall be like madmen, sparing none that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known, who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold and fire." So that's why God's chosen ones is waking up during these times. You know the Negroes are chosen by God. Why? Because this is the time that I just prophesied of, and this is the time that Ezra is prophesying of. The time that I'm reading of. This is the time that the world know who God chosen was. I mean, know who God chosen is. And that's the Negroes. The world's waking up to that because they are throwing us out of our houses. These are the things that's happened, that's been prophesied. They say, "Hear now, my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord God. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Woe be unto them that abound with their sins." So, if you still letting your sins weigh you down, which means American ways that they have placed on us, like I told you, the devil has placed a lot of these things on us, and the devil handicapped us here in America. The devil wants you to stay here as long as you can because he got you on his hook to do his ways. He feeds you evil. He got stores set up. He got all these stores set up to hand us evil. He take us away from being providers for ourselves. Like you notice, every animal get up and provide for itself. But yet the man has really to catch on and provide for himself, to plant his garden, to eat from it, to go out and take what the earth gives you for free. Man has yet to do that. The devil has took us off that path. He has us under his crafty counsel. And like David said, he has consulted crafty counsel against thy chosen ones. Who are the chosen ones? The Negroes, the ones who couldn't read a book through slavery. So I did this video to hope the Father sheds some light on the crafty counsel and the true teachings, God's true time, his true prophecies, and his true judgments that are true and that's going to come here and take place. So I hope the Father circumcise your heart, your eyes, ears, to receive his true message. Peace, one love.